Hello everyone, and welcome to another reading. Today we are going to find out what message the source, the universe, spirit, ancestors, whoever have for you. So remember, all you have to do is choose one of these three groups, group 1, group 2, and group 3. You can close your eyes, you can inhale, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what message does source or God or the universe have for me? And once you repeated that question a few times, you can open your eyes, and whichever pile your eyes gravitated to first, that will be your pile. The timestamps will be in the description box below. And remember that I also do personal readings if you would like those, as I do enjoy guiding and helping and providing you clarity and a more direct path to your actual dreams and goals. You can also become a member on my Ko-fi page, where you can get even more guidance if you need any tips on a situation you're going through, or just more clarity through conversation. So that will be available to you. I also provide discounts and free readings and all kinds of perks for my members. So I will now give you some time to choose your group. If you already chose it, you can skip to the timestamp for the group you chose. For those of you that still need time, just close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask yourself the question, what message do I need to hear right now? Now open your eyes, and whichever pile you saw first or noticed first, that is your pile. So see you in your reading. Hello group 1, and welcome to your reading. So you guys chose the word peace. So let us see. Your message is enjoy new beginnings. Celebrate, socialize, change. You got the healing temple of the lunar light, life cycles, energy healing, communication. What you need to heal is rejection. And your two cards are fire and ancestral spirit. So what I'm getting first is with the rejection and the healing temple of the lunar light card here, is that maybe recently you've been rejected, or someone broke up with you, or maybe you even broke up on mutual terms, but you're still maybe brokenhearted about it. And it seems that some new opportunities are up ahead. Maybe even during the springtime, since spring is a new beginning, right? Everything flourishes, everything starts to awaken and bloom during springtime. So it's possible that you guys may be getting some new opportunities during this new season. But in order to maybe see things clear, maybe because of this heartbreak or hurt that you're going through, or have been going through, or have baggage, from the past, it's possible that you may be blinded and may not see the opportunities that are on your path or right in front of you or that will come to you. So in order to see the path more clear, in order to see the opportunities that are presented to you, you need to heal first. With the fire and the ancestral spirit, and because the ancestral spirit does have candles and flames here, it's sort of, especially the colors here seem to be connected with the dress in this image. It sort of feels like maybe your ancestors are telling you to light a fire within yourself. There is a fire within you that you need to awaken. There's something strong, something buried deep inside. And remember that nothing from your ancestors is gone with them, right? Their stories, their strengths, their weaknesses, their health conditions, their memories, everything resides in you. So when you are deciding to go against your nature, when you're following others instead of following what is true to you and that natural state of you that you were born with, that is, that your intuition is telling you to do, that you keep ignoring and things like that, that is when the health conditions come up. That is when the illnesses arrive. It may start small as headaches and stuff, but then it might progress into something more real and serious, right? So your ancestors are telling you to awaken this flame, this fire inside of you. Maybe you need to create a small altar or a little shrine for them, if you have pictures of your great-great-grandparents or grandparents or whoever, and maybe make like a little shrine for them and light a candle, whenever you want to connect with them, or when the anniversary of their birthday or their death date comes along, right? Light a candle, pray to them or for them, ask guidance. Sometimes we forget, due to life and how we race through it and how we're influenced by it, right, through different aspects and streams and platforms and people, we forget that we're actually divine creatures and divine beings. We forget that we are spirits first, right? Our spirit was created in the image of the source, right? The source basically split a piece of itself, and that became you. The bodies that we have are just temporary. They are a gift in order to function in this sort of plane, this sort of reality, right? We can't be in the physical realm with just our spirits, because then we would just pass through things, right? So it's like basically being an actor, right? There's the actor, and then there's the role he's playing or she's playing. So right now, this body you can imagine as a role, but the spirit within, the true us, the real us, that is the actual actor that is playing the role, right? So we are spirit first. That's why we need to connect with our inner self on a more deeper level and not just race through life, because it's all an illusion. We create the reality through our belief system. This is why politicians and in movies, they pump out fear, right? What do you see in the media all the time? Fear. You don't get good news. You keep being pumped with fear. What do you get in movies? More fear. Because they want you to believe in this so much in order to create that outcome in reality, right? The more people believe in this fear agenda, whether it's, an apocalypse, an outbreak, a plague, um, anything, that destroys, that prevents us from thriving, if we actually believe in it, then that outcome actually comes to pass, because our minds create the reality. It's like a mirror effect. What is inside will be reflected outside. Okay, so that is why you need to connect with your inner self. Your intuition will help navigate you through this life without the fear. Danger can be real, it is real, but we don't need to fear. We need to adapt. We need to grow and evolve in order to become more solidified in who we are. Because right now, what people are doing is just chasing phases, they're chasing fads, they're chasing what's popular, for the day or for the year or for the month. But all of that is just passing. You need to connect with what is consistent, with who you truly are. Healing needs to happen, and maybe the rejection that you've been having, something you need to heal, is rejecting your true self. A lot of people right now have been rejecting their true self. They've been partaking in these agendas that they think is liberating them, when instead it is only creating an illusion, a persona of them, in order to destroy them even further. It's taking away their morals, their values, their true nature. And the horrible part is that they think this is who they truly are, when it isn't. This is just a phase that they think will make them belong, or will give them a voice or a platform, because maybe their parents haven't given them the opportunity to be heard, and now they change themselves and think they're heard because now they're in the media or in the spotlight, or popular among their friend group or in their school or in society, whatever. But they're actually rejecting their true self, and all they will do is distort the true image of who they truly are. They're creating a mockery of maybe a gender or of themselves, and this is just going to hurt them in the long run, especially for those who ended up going through surgeries or operations that they cannot undo. They have destroyed nature within them, because nature has given them everything they needed from the start. And now they have destroyed their own flesh. So there needs to be a healing taking place at this time. If you have rejected yourself, maybe it's time to reconnect, especially with this ancestral fire spirit. There's a fire inside that wants to get out. It's screaming inside, and you keep maybe rejecting it, but it will grow even further, and it's not going to be healthy when it comes out. So you need to reconnect with your inner self. For those that have been broken up and that are maybe need to heal a broken heart or a broken wound or a broken childhood, you need to reconnect with that part of yourself. As much as it's going to hurt, as tough as it will be, you need to do it. And it's interesting that you got the peace charm, because maybe this fire inside is creating a chaos within you. Maybe you're battling yourself deep inside, and that is what you need to heal. You need to find peace within yourself in order to get this new opportunity. So let's see what your tarot has to say. Oh. Okay, so group 1, You guys may not be emotionally committed to yourself. Maybe there is damage that has been created throughout the years by certain people or a person, but you guys need to let go of the hurt and the pain that has been brought onto you. Because it seems like it's not just your heart and your emotions that are hurt, but because of this hurt, it's also changing the way you think or you believe in things. Maybe because of the hurt, you have less faith in humanity. Or maybe because of the hurt, now you hate or despise that other gender or the same gender, depending, what you love. But it's like the hurt has created this ideology in you that is false. Because not everyone is there to hurt you. Some people will gladly step in and protect you, will want you to be safe and to be happy, and they will find joy in your laughter. They will find pain in your tears, and they will want you to be okay. They will want to comfort you. You need to remember that. Not everyone is out there looking to harm you. Just remember that if you don't heal this, if you keep being broken on the inside, you will attract other broken people and they will break you down even further. Okay? Remember that everything is a mirror image and reflection of your inner world. So what you want to attract to you and manifest in your life, you need your inner world to reflect that. That's the only way it's going to come in for you. Okay, so if you want something healthy, something loyal, something safe and solid, you need to be that inside of you. So you need to start healing what is in you. Okay, you need to start doing the work. You need to start building yourself and creating that inner world that you would be proud of, that your child self would be proud of, right? Think back when you were a child. What kind of adult were you imagining yourself to be? I'm pretty sure we all imagined our adult selves to be confident and strong and being able to handle any situation. And even as adults, right, sure, sometimes we may struggle, sometimes we have to wing it at life because there is no 100% way of actually living life. Everyone's stories are different, everyone's paths are different, and the way we react and move through life will be different. So sometimes we'll even be a little unsure of ourselves, and sure, sometimes maybe we'll be afraid, and that's okay. That makes us human. But we need to cleanse ourselves from the past. What was. You need to not allow it to affect your present and your future. Because if you are someone that, let's say, will want children, and you haven't healed these old wounds, what you're going to be doing is putting that karma and that pain onto them. They will then have to be the ones that struggle and that deal with your karma that you haven't dealt with. Maybe that is why you're struggling in life now, because your ancestors maybe haven't dealt with that. And I recently watched a video. I think it was a lady that said that a good way to heal your past, your ancestral karma, is to close your eyes, take deep breaths, and imagine a line of your ancestors. It doesn't matter if you don't know how they look like. Just imagine, have that feeling of your bloodline, of your ancestors, and see them standing one behind the other, right, in a huge line. And then Imagine, you can imagine a light, you can imagine a pool or a portal or whatever it's easier for you. Imagine them stepping into it, and as they do, they're being cleansed, right? Imagine them being cleansed. It can be a waterfall, it can be a mist or a fog or whatever you want to imagine, but imagine them one by one stepping into this and being cleansed, right? You can cleanse your ancestral line. Light a candle during the evening, but not close to when you have to go to sleep, and get one of those candles that burn through quickly, because you don't want to like blow it out. You want it to burn all the way. So maybe a tea light candle, and maybe light it around 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And however you want to do this, whatever's natural to you, it can be a meditation, it can be a prayer, but maybe pray to your ancestors and tell them that you forgive them for anything they had to do that created consequences, right? It doesn't matter what it is. It could be as simple as, maybe lying, stealing, cheating, or it can be as intense as murder or rape, or and yes, it is horrible. But in order for that to be cleansed, you need to forgive them. Forgive them maybe because they didn't know what they were doing at the time. Maybe they were just being selfish. Maybe whatever they done, it was because that was the time, right? It's something that we may not comprehend now because times have changed, but maybe they had to do what they had to do because it was the time. Or maybe the government pressured them into it. Maybe their society pressured them into it. Maybe their own insecurities, pressure them into it. Whatever it is, you need to forgive them. Have mercy on them and forgive them in order for that to be cleansed. Allow them to rest in peace and to move on from whatever it is. Maybe some of them have been reborn and are going through that karma and are struggling, and you don't want them to struggle because now they're in a new body and they don't remember what they did. Maybe they had to be an oppressor because in a previous life they've been oppressed, and they had to actually see what the oppressor side does, right? So we always go in and out of different roles in order to see what it feels like to be both sides of the coin. Okay, so forgive them. Allow them to live a new life, whether it's in a new physical life or in a new, astral and spiritual life, whatever it is, allow them to live in it in peace. Because just as you believe that you should be living in peace and not having to deal with your past, crap that maybe you created in another life, so they too deserve to live in peace. Okay? So you need to maybe heal that ancestral line. You can be the one that works on yourself and breaks that cycle. Okay? You had the Ten of Swords, which is maybe that Tower card came for you, and now it's time to repair the damage. With the Ten of Swords, there's an ending that is approaching in your life where there is no more struggle. You have struggled enough. And maybe it's time for you to believe that. It is time for you to end a cycle, not just with yourself, but your entire bloodline. Because new opportunities, new beginnings are coming your way. And in order to see them, in order to activate that, you need to do the healing. Remember to not just watch these videos just to, find something amazing to feel. But you need to do the work too. Or else these readings are just going to spit out the same message over and over again. Okay, so it's time to heal and find that peace. Okay, you deserve the peace. Your ancestors deserve the peace. All of you have struggled long enough. And it's up to you now to break that cycle so that this doesn't have to keep going on in every single generation. Okay, so, group 1. I wish you guys luck. And remember, if you do need more guidance, I am here for you. My readings are not $200, $300 for 4 cards like some readers have out there, which is absurd and insane. Okay, so I wish you guys well. I wish you guys healing, and hopefully you start implementing a change and realigning yourself. Okay, I wish you guys luck, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hello group 2, and welcome to your reading. You guys got the wish charm. Now let's see, what message is there for you? Got answer the call, explore, travel, live. What you need to heal is procrastination. You guys got insight, magical tools, writing, and start crafting. And your 2 cards are the Crescent Crowned Goddess and Harvest. Okay, so with the answer the call card and the procrastination card, I sort of feel like you guys are being called, like this inner calling to do something, but you keep putting it off. Maybe you've been getting signs of something that you need to do, maybe a course you need to take, maybe going back to school for something, or maybe even quitting school, or partaking in some sort of creative endeavor or a journey of sorts. There's just something that you're being called, and deep inside you know what it is. Like it's your intuition or something urging you, this urge to do something, but you keep putting it off because maybe you have doubts or fears or think, no, maybe this isn't for me, but you're being called for a reason. Because with the answer the call card, it seems, with the explore, travel, live, it seems like this isn't something you've done before. This is something maybe new, something you should be exploring. But for some reason fear has been blocking you. But don't allow it to block you, because this is something that is natural. Maybe there is a learning curve to it, but it is something that you should be doing. Because maybe through this thing, you are going to create a career out of it, right? Maybe you're going to, your career maybe will consist of doing some sort of work that you actually are passionate about, and you'll actually love waking up and going to work, or even working from home, whatever it is, right? So try to explore this thing that has been calling out to you, okay? Because it's not by mistake. Maybe your guides or your ancestors have been, whispering in your ear, and that is the urge you've been feeling, right? Something deep inside. And I know this for myself. This is why I actually started doing tarot readings. Like, I knew about tarot even when I was a kid, but never have I imagined or thought of even, like, doing this. I always thought, other people do it and it was awesome, and I always loved the mystical and magical things, like as far back as I can remember. I was a child that actually loved reading. I was maybe in the 1st or 2nd grade when I would get my mom to take out like 15 books, and I'd read it all in one weekend, and then she'd have to go back and get me more books. I loved reading, and I would read books on all kinds of different mystical and magical things. I was interested in a world that I didn't see around myself, right? But a few years ago, I suddenly got this urge, and even when I was like 18, we went to a bookstore in Canada, and I remember asking my mom to get me the only like decks that sort of popped out, which was an oracle deck, which is this one here, an oracle deck, and a tarot deck that was for beginners. Sadly, I had to burn the tarot deck because two cards within the deck were chewed up by my puppy. So I had to burn the deck in order to let it go. And the two cards that actually she chewed were telling me that it was a sacrifice. For what? I don't know. But it was a sacrifice that had to be done. So I burned the deck in order to let it go and, let it be. But I opened those decks and I didn't, after, looking through them, I thought, okay, this is just hard. Like, I can't do this. And I put them away. I did not look at them for the next maybe 12 or 13 years. When I said it, like, I didn't look at them at all. They were always in a box put away somewhere. And about 12 or 13 years later, which was a few years ago, I suddenly started getting this urge, this feeling inside, I need to read these cards. I need to start practicing. I had doubts and fears telling me, that what if I fail? What if I can't read it? What if I start reading for people and, they ask me a question and these cards pop out and I have no idea how to read them, right? So all these fears started like coming out of me and I kept putting it off and off. But this calling, this urge kept like, every fiber of my being was yelling at me to do this. I need to do this. So I didn't choose this path. This path was chosen for me. Right? So you guys can't be afraid, okay? You can't allow the fear. And maybe the fear that you have isn't your own. Maybe it's these darker entities that are whispering doubts in you because they know of your true potential. They know how amazing you could be at whatever your calling is. And they are trying to prevent you from doing it because they don't want more light to be in this world. They don't want their darkness to be lit up and banished, right? So they're whispering doubts and fears in you to prevent you from taking that step. But you need to take this step, okay? You need to go from this doubt. Look at the doubt in her eyes. Look at the fear. Okay? She sort of looks like she hasn't slept for a few days. Like something's keeping her up at night. You need to go from that to this. And it's interesting the way he's positioned here. It looks like he is trying to rewrite something. Like he's trying to draw things differently. Right? So maybe some of you have insight. Remember that just because, I or someone else is working with tarot cards, that doesn't have to be your path. Maybe something else is calling you. If you're on this spiritual path, maybe it's guidance through crystals. Maybe it's through meditation, closing your eyes and asking a question, and the answer you get, like not one you have to think or contemplate on, but the answer that you quickly get in your mind that shoots at you right away, that is the answer. Maybe that's how you guide others. Maybe it's crystal gazing or cloud gazing or throwing bones or stones or automatic writing, or there's so many different paths to choose from. Just because some of us are doing things one way doesn't mean you have to do it the same way. Everyone is different. Everyone will gravitate to things naturally, right? So maybe it's not a spiritual thing. Maybe it's, like I said before, maybe it's something creative, something that is calling you, right? a creative endeavor, a school, exploration to a different location, or just moving, whatever it is, trust it. Okay, do not allow fear to get to you. Maybe research it more in order to lessen that fear, to lessen the doubts, right? Maybe by researching the topic or that school or that neighborhood, or whatever it is, whatever aspect this is about. Just researching more into it maybe will allow you to be more confident about the decision, right? Or learning that certain creative medium, right? Artistic medium. Maybe looking at how others are doing it will, give you more confidence in doing it or dabbling in it yourself. Okay? It just feels like you're ready to take what's yours. You just need to look, maybe fine tune it. You need to look at, what's involved in it. But it is yours for the taking. Okay, so don't allow fear to guide you. And it's interesting with the wish charm. With the wish charm, it seems that a wish fulfillment will come out of this. Maybe you've always wanted to, work but be a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad, whatever it is. And through this, you'll be able to create a job that allows you to stay home. And that is going to be a wish fulfillment, right? Being able to work and being there for your family and your kids, right? Where you don't have to be at some office or some store or whatever, working 8 hours and not being able to see your family, or, whatever this is. But something through this is going to be a wish fulfillment for you. Yeah, something, you need help with something. Something is maybe, you need maybe guidance. More guidance is required here. Okay, so you need, yes, you need to research something on a more deeper level. Okay, with a Hierophant, this is someone or something that you need to look at more deeply. Okay, technically the Hierophant is more of a spiritual path, someone that studies on a more deeper level, that connects on a more deeper level. Okay, so you need to maybe even connect with yourself on a deeper level to understand yourself more, to gain that confidence for whatever this calling is, right? Maybe that's how you will gain this insight. Yeah, something, doubts and fears are looming over you, but it's like a part of you does want to do this. It's like it does want to partake in this, whatever it is, but it's like this doubts and fears keep maybe keeping you awake or restless or something, but you have to keep working on it. You need to organize, prioritize. Because in order to create that life that you want, that is worth living and not just existing in, you need to shuffle things around. You need to do things a little differently. Six of Cups. Yeah, it feels like maybe this is something new, but something that stemmed from your childhood. Maybe something you enjoyed dabbling in as a child, or maybe not just that you'll do the same thing that you did back then, but maybe something you used to do when you were younger. Maybe that thing was just a seed for something greater that you can't do now, right? So, for example, um, maybe you created, I don't know, maybe you created like really crappy, hand sewn Barbie clothes, but maybe now that evolves into actually going into fashion, right? Maybe you had a science kit when you were a kid, and now maybe your calling is in the science field, right? Or maybe you loved painting when you were a kid, and now if you continue with learning and getting better at painting, you can actually have your art in the galleries. Or maybe you already have art and you're just scared of being rejected by galleries and stuff. But like, why limit yourself? Recently I saw a video or someone say that you should apply to any job that you are interested in, despite that you don't have the requirements, because requirements are actually just a wish list for that company, something they wish that person, has the skills they want them to have. But just apply anyway, because you never know. Maybe they can't find anyone with those requirements and they actually end up hiring you and maybe even teaching you those requirements, right? And then you end up having them. So don't allow fear to get in the way, or limits of, jobs or courses or learning curves or whatever it is to get in the way. You're meant to do this. It's like, maybe this isn't something you've done as a kid, but maybe this is a skill that you naturally have, something that you were naturally born with, and that is your calling. I mean, sure, even if you're born with a certain talent or skill, of course you still need to, evolve it. Maybe there's still learning that you have to do, but this is your true calling and you need to explore that. You have wands, you have pentacles, and you have cups, but you don't have swords. So the only key missing here is aligning your mind, your mentality, to actually do it, because everything else is here. Maybe you have the money or the the resources for it, you have the heart and passion for it, but it's just your mind that keeps instilling these fears and doubts in you, and that needs to change. If you needed a sign, this is it. Okay, you need to do this. So group 2, I really wish you luck. I hope you manage to to remove these blocks of fear from you and just do it. Don't allow yourself to have time to think, just go for it. Okay, I'm here for you. I believe in you. I also do personal readings, so if you want more personal guidance for you, for your situation or what you're going through, remember I also have memberships available on my Ko-fi. That way you get one-on-one chats with me, and I also offer, like I said in the intro, I offer discounts, I offer free readings to my members. So all the links will be down in the description box below. I wish you guys luck, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello group 3, welcome to your reading. You guys got the charm that says I, so we will see how that connects. So what message here is for you? Embrace your inner gypsy. What you need to heal. Dreams. You got the green man, rising energy, surge, fertility. And you got a theme and reincarnation. You guys need to go with the flow more. You need to let go and let loose. Maybe you have been trying to control a lot, or maybe structuring your life in a certain way. But what your dreams, what the healing cards here are telling you is maybe to follow your dreams, to embrace your inner gypsy, basically meaning to embrace your carefree, your childlike self, right? The child within, that wonders, that daydreams, that's carefree, that isn't afraid or limited by authority or rules, but someone that is full of joy and wonder, that can walk through a forest and imagine these creatures and fantasy folk living there, or when stepping into a body of water, imagining transforming into a mermaid, or when looking up at the sky, trying to see what shapes they take form. Just being that carefree self that isn't limited, that just because you're an adult you have to be this and this way, but someone that isn't afraid to dream, that isn't afraid to follow their dreams. With the green man, rising energy, surge, and fertility. It feels like you need to raise your vibration, your frequency a lot more. Maybe you have dulled yourself down. Maybe if you were a blade, maybe it would be dull right now. And I don't mean dull as in you're boring, but maybe you aren't as sharp and focused and full of life like you used to be. Something maybe is missing, and not missing in the sense that you need something external, but it's like missing as in you sort of disconnected with your inner world, your inner self. And maybe getting back to nature, or even, just letting loose and dancing, moving your body. And doesn't have to be, that you need to be a great dancer, but just put on some music and just jump around, move your body, just be silly, laugh at yourself, and, just be more carefree and not so, stuck up or just serious, right? Don't take yourself too seriously all the time. You need to redirect and realign yourself with your true self, with your true essence. With the reincarnation card, it seems like you need to evolve, maybe reinvent yourself. Maybe let go of the illusion, let go of following that hive mentality, following what's in, what's new, and just being your true self, being natural, being more in tune with who you truly are. And that is going to realigning yourself to be this carefree, this dreamer, this person that moves at the beat of their own drum. That is going to realign you and make you reincarnate within this life as this new person, right? Because you have shed away all that toxicity and those pretenses, or those, that fake part of who you were, because you were following maybe influencers or what the media was telling you, but going deep down and not taking yourself seriously and just enjoying life and just being in the present moment, that is going to redirect you and allow you to become this new version of yourself. This person who you were always meant to be. And it's interesting with the I charm, right? It starts with you. I, being in the present moment. It's interesting, you got the death card and the reincarnation. So you need to let go of something. You need to maybe let go of the past. Yeah. You're battling yourself on the inside. There's a war within you, with yourself, because you keep being stuck in your own ways. It's like you keep doing things, even, it's like you're too serious, you're too stubborn. And you need to let that die out. You need to let that go. Because that will only make you, being too serious and, taking life too seriously and taking yourself too seriously, you're never going to have fun. You're never going to have true joy in your life because you're always in that left brain, right? That intellect, that seriousness. But you need to be more expressive. You need to be, allow those emotions to come through. You need to dance more, have more fun. With the Sun card, it's like you need to have a good time. You need to love life. You need to enjoy life. Okay, yes. Group 2 also got this card. So you guys, you need to, you even got the Six of Cups, which is that child self card, right? It's the I, right? Who were you as a child? Because I'm pretty sure you weren't that serious, right? You enjoy life. You maybe played in puddles. Maybe you created mud pies. Maybe you danced like no one was watching. You need to let go of the constant control, of the constant serious state of being. You need to let loose. You need to have fun. You need to enjoy life. Nothing will come out of life. Nothing sacred or amazing will come out of life when you're constantly in control, constantly serious. Some things need to just be let go. You need to put it in the hands of the universe, to fate, whatever it is, and just let it be. Maybe your dreams have been trying to tell you something. And with the number 3 here, that is creativity. You need to be more creative. You need to be more right-brained. Partake in some creative, medium. Draw, paint, dance, work with clay, write a book, write poetry, maybe do some woodworking. I think your dreams have been guiding you to something, but you haven't been listening. So you need to center yourself, You need to focus on you right now. Not just existing, but living. When you say I, you're centering yourself. You're in the present moment. Okay? So group 3, I wish you guys luck. I hope you free yourself from these limits, these constraints, this control, okay? I hope you stop battling yourself and remember who you were as a child. Don't allow that child self to die within you. Allow it to come free. Allow it to express itself. Okay? So I wish you guys luck. Remember that you can book a personal reading. You can become a member on my Ko-fi where you can, have chats with me and get more tips on maybe clarity or for your situation. I also offer free readings from time to time. I offer discounts. There's just a lot of perks and stuff, and if you want to create, we can have prompts, for art. So even if you create by writing or by, poetry, a short story, or even sculpting or whatever, we can have prompts where we can all maybe have a word out there, and then some of us that, draw can draw that object, some of you can sculpt it, some of you can maybe write a poem about it, maybe we can sort of inspire each other to be more creative. Okay, so if you are into that, come join my membership and let's just have fun. Okay, so I wish you guys luck. I do believe in you. I know you can do this. Okay, and I hope this reading really resonated with you. So I will see you guys next time.